She said, it's Saturday night, it's time to let this go. We got everything to do, but we should do it real slow. Well, as a matter of fact, there's nothing holding you back. She said, oh, 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 this is where the party's at. Oh, 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 yeah, this is where the party's at. Oh, 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 yeah, this is where the party's at. Oh, 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 yeah, this is where the party's at. Oh, oh, yeah, this is where the party's at.
Here it is. The brand new stock car body from 5 Star Bodies. Clean, cut, and ready to bolt onto your car.
Our first year we came down here was in 2000, I think, to just watch. We didn't know what it was. So we came and watched, and we're like, man, we want to do that.
Super Nationals, what can you say? It's a race that everybody wants to win. We won our fair share of races over the course of years. Would-haves and should-haves and could-haves, should have had 2 or 3, probably at least, but you know, you just got to have that darn Boone luck.
It's a huge event. On that Saturday night, when you're going out for them features, that's when you realize the catwalk's packed, you know, completely. But the minute you get a green flag, you don't even think about nothing but what you're doing in that car.
Your adrenaline goes sky high. You'll be shaking if you're anything like me. It's just heart pumping. It's fast, thrilling. It's something you can't experience anywhere else.
For nearly 40 years, Harris Auto Racing has stayed on the cutting-edge side of the racing industry. Each chassis is built with safety and speed in mind. Parts, shocks, scaling, or repair. We have what you need, all conveniently located on Highway 30 near Boone, Iowa. Visit us online at harrisautoracing.com or give us a call at 515-432-6972.
How does this place make pizza that does that? Honestly, no idea. But I'm going to start looking into it one slice at a time. Buy one single topping pizza and get the second 50% off. It's not crazy. It's Casey's.
The pressure is on. The focus is turned all the way up. It's now or never. That's right. It's the longest running one-day IMCA event ever. The Harris Clash. Held at one of the most beautiful facilities around the Deer Creek Speedway, the Harris Clash is unlike any other IMCA event.
It's time to light him up. Here we go. Flag top of Barry Jr. going to try to get the jump in the middle of that row number 1. He'll lead the pack out of corner number 2. Hang on, as a couple cars got a little loose there, but we're still green down the back straightaway.
A fresh track, an even playing field, and only one day to battle your way into victory lane. Join us in 2025 for the Harris Clash, organized by a true legend of the sport, Bob Harris and his team. Hope to see you there.
It's the home of the world's greatest county fair and some of the greatest IMCA action in Northwest Iowa. It's the Clay County Fair Speedway. Can't make it? We got you covered on Advantage Racing TV or IMCA TV, where America comes to watch racing.
I don't think it gets any better than this. It's all here. I mean, it just the people, but the car count and the racing is just dirt racing heaven.
I go to the races occasionally at home, but we came last night for the first time and it's a totally different experience. I casually watch racing, but now this definitely makes me more interested and I definitely want to come back here.
You have the best in the whole United States, Canada. You got them here, and it's awesome to watch the racing because these guys love it as much as we love to watch it.
Some of the drivers here, like Dallin Murdy, Dylan Thornton, those guys could race anything against anybody in the world and be fast. The racing is next level. The farming is next level. The community, all of the culture that goes with it, whatever happens, it will be profound. Profound is the normal at Boone.
Happy Hump Day, everybody.
Happy Hump Day.
Yes, it is Modified and Stock Car Day. And we finally found you. Hello, friend.
El
How are you,
Presidente
Brett?
has been busy.
El Presidente. He was race director last night for a while.
For a while. That was the smoothest the show's gone all week.
That's what I thought. I thought the yellows were going to be a little quicker there, but you surprised me.
I think a couple of them, he anticipated the yellows and had them call it before anybody spun out.
A little more volume. I had a couple oh shit moments. Nobody's perfect. I think we went through that first 10 heat races with 2 cautions, and I shouldn't have thrown either one of them.
If yesterday was Horny Tuesday and today is Stock Cars and Modifieds, today should be Woody Wednesday.
Woody Wednesday. Stock cars are rock stars, just like the hat.
Stock cars are rock stars, Bretto.
Stock cars are rock stars.
They are rock stars.
They are.
And Modifieds are... Well, I can't think of anything that rhymes with Modifieds.
Dad bods and IMCA mods.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, are crybabies allowed?
Oh.
No.
Okay, has anybody checked in on our friend Mr. Peterson from the other day, from the Monday?
I saw him down here.
Shit mixer, because that was large.
That hobby stock rollover.
That was a large poop.
Shed the body right off that
$250
thing.
worth of damage.
Yeah.
He said he was sticking around. I thought maybe he'd go home, but he said, no, we've got hotel rooms for... I'm talking, Jerry.
Stop.
You think I'd be used to this after all these years?
Boy.
I love this button.
What were you going to say, Brett? You're the boss.
The best part of that whole flip, I thought, well, I mean, it was spectacular. I mean, he just shedded the entire body off his hobby stock. You couldn't even tell what it was when it was sitting there on the backstretch, and he jumps out of his car, puts on his IMCA hat, and says, yeah.
It was playground equipment by the end of the interview.
I think he bought that IMCA hat literally like 5 minutes before he went on the racetrack.
What a lovely dude. Was it Chase Peterson? Was that his name?
Chase.
Hopefully that car's salvageable. Hopefully, I mean, they had to take the body out of there with the wrecker. He came and got it later, and they literally drug the whole body. It was all still attached to itself, and they drug it to his pit, I believe.
Dragged off the hood like it was a beaten stepchild. I was like, dude, just be gentle with that thing. It might be the only thing we can salvage. I want to meet him. Chase, can we put the word out? I want to catch up with him and do a follow-up interview.
I think he is still here because he said that they were going to stick around. They had hotel rooms for a couple more days. They were going to hang out and have fun. So I think he'd probably still be here today.
Can I do a shout-out, Brett?
Sure.
Thanks. Yesterday we had the Women in Motorsport thing, which was super cool.
It was.
We had a bunch of really super cool women, and this is Lane Bellum. Is that how I say it?
Yes.
Like Lady Antebellum. Lady Bellum. Lane Bellum. And she's from Broomfield, Colorado. And we had a stack of ladies here. How many was it? Probably 12, 15, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It was really cool. Jerry came down. He's like, wait, we need to go down and meet these girls and do some stories. And I started the first interview and I go, Jerry, I'm looking around and Jerry's over there behind the IMCA trailer on his phone. I think, well, I guess this is just me. But I really want to catch up.
You over.
There were so many cool stories, and it reminded me of the amazing fabric that we have at this event. But last night, Brett, hearing those guys talk on the stage here after the hobby stock, Maine was super, and Sport Compacts was amazing.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of emotion here.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe. The electricity's in the air. To me, everything just kind of starts ramping up. Once we start, I mean, the prelude feels like the Super Nationals, and it is a little bit with the Mod Lights, obviously. It's where we have that division racing, their portion of the Super Nationals. But from that point forward, the Super Nationals just kind of starts ramping up. You know, but I thought the hobby stock qualifiers, the sport mod qualifiers were just fantastic. There's been some awesome racing already, and the Sport Compact race as well. And I thought Brad Chandler, who I know personally,
what an appropriate winner for that race. He really was.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty fitting. His brother won the very first Sport Compact Super Nationals we ever had, and
so
like I
cool.
said last night, his dad was one of the original IMCA modified guys back in the 80s and the late 70s, and he transitioned into Sport Compacts, and he became one of those guys that Merv was very Merv Chandler.
That's my dad's name. He must be a legend, Merv.
He was very instrumental and very helpful. He was one of the barnstorming guys of the modified division when it first got started, and he kind of did the same thing with the compacts, and his kids are both racing them. Nathan isn't racing, I don't think, as much now.
Off and on, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, but when I think of the Chandlers, I just think Sport Compact racing and all that Merv did, and I thought that was a very good win last night for Brad.
How you going, Jerry?
I'm just sitting here listening.
Seems like Jerry's sobbing a little bit, Brett, when he got told off by you guys either side. It seems like he might be pouting.
No, I was actually just closed my eyes and took a nap for a moment.
Well, it's hard to tell.
What do you, did you bring a friend?
Yeah.
Where'd your friend come from? That's not Flo-Mingo, is it?
No, it's not. I was walking back there, and Flo and Mingo were on their Packers.
Who's your friend?
We're just taking it slow.
I warned you, Brett.
Can we rename this Woody Wednesday? I mean, I think I've got...
Well, Horny Tuesday's enough, I think.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
We only need one day in that
There's the little Nate kids.
theme.
The little Obers are here, the little minions. They're very cool. So what we got, stock cars and rock stars and mods. It's time to get it on today, right?
It is.
We got last chance. This is my favorite day of the week.
Is it?
You know, you go a couple days after the Prelude, you're tired, then Super Nationals qualifying starts Monday, it ramps you up, and then you get tired after Tuesday. You get a newfound energy today because you got modifieds and stock cars start qualifying. Last chance for hobbies and sport mods. This is the best day of the week.
Yeah, it's really serious for the sport mods and the hobbies that are trying to get into those last 6 positions.
Yep. Yes.
So it's serious from that standpoint for them, and then you've got the seriousness of modified racing and stock car racing, which, you know, I mean, it just builds. And tonight is one of those nights when they get on the racetrack and those 8 qualifiers in those 2 divisions in particular, and we got 2 of each tonight, so there's plenty to watch. It's just going to be awesome racing.
There's going to be a guy who's going to have a come to Jesus moment today for the first time in his life. And he's from Victoria, Australia. David Donegan is about to be gaped. He is about to have the full stock cars experience. I can't wait for the Sprint Pig to enjoy his first ever Super Nationals, because it's very hard to put into words this place. I've been walking around saying Super Nationals, it's something. And that kind of leaves it really open, doesn't it?
It does. And, you know, I think with the drivers that are signed in today, we've broken a car count record.
Again?
Again. I think we're over last year's 1,017. I think we're around 1,020 something right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's kind of scary how everyone places so much emphasis from a fan point of view on the numbers, though. The car count. It's the people that count, not the car count. But it's hard to go back from 1,000 cars, Brett, isn't it? Like, once you've had that, it's hard to... If you suddenly had, 890 people like, well, that's it, Super Nationals are stuffed. Can't get 1,000 cars anymore.
Hot laps are like Field of Dreams for racing, if you ask me, in Iowa.
Oh.
It really is, because you start calling hot laps for modifieds, hot laps for stock cars, and they just keep coming, and it's like, where in the hell are they all coming from? There's 1,000 race cars on the property. And
from 30 states.
They come, they just keep coming and coming.
Well, it's like last night we were talking, and Ryan goes, all right, here we go. I go, there's 3 more set of modified hot laps to come out.
Yeah, I was starting to call the next B feature, and you had more modified hot laps
I'm going to hold up on that car wash.
I was just thinking of something, I've gone blank. It was going to be super significant. I'm sure it was.
I can't imagine what distracted you over there.
It was a security guard. I backed myself to run away. I'm just going to say, there's not many security guards I backed myself. I got in any trouble, unless he could pull out something and shoot me in the back. I think I got him covered. What do you think?
I think you've got it handled.
Unless he trips me, which is possible too. Something happened last night I wanted to tell you guys about. It was very exciting.
Was it the lasagna?
That was good. The story that Sean Neisted told about the nursing student from Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Do you recall that, Brett? Did you get to hear any of that?
I did. I caught a little bit of that. About 15-hour drive home, and she couldn't miss it, or
Get kicked out of the program.
Yeah, I did hear that.
That's the kind of stuff, right? That's the kind of stuff that makes this
it's a dedication.
So special. Yeah. What do we got on today? What time we start? 1:50?
12:30.
Hot laps are 12:30.
We're going to start with stock car hot laps here in about 16 minutes.
So stock cars are going to open the show then tonight.
With hot laps, yep, and then they'll race first as well in the program.
2 o'clock. We'll start racing. So opening ceremonies around
Jackie
1:50.
did an amazing job of both anthems yesterday. She's one of the modern mysteries of my world, that woman. How can you be so talented, so attractive, so multifaceted, and so still...
And go home to Jerry every night.
I'm guessing she's trying to piss her parents off, but I'm okay with that if you are.
No. I do a very good job of that myself.
Don't listen to them, honey.
Oh my God.
They don't know about us.
I warned you, Brett. There's just no direction up here.
Direction?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Direction is on.
Morning, sir. It's good to see Whitesnake is still touring. I love this event so much. I got a bit melancholy this morning. I was like, oh, it's Wednesday. Like already.
Yeah, well,
it's a really strange thing because you're like, oh God, another day, and then you go, oh God, we've just done another day.
Yeah.
I'm getting sad already that this is,
It's hard to believe.
Left.
It's half over.
It is.
Yes.
Kind of prelude. We're halfway through this. It's crazy to think that.
You've got a team here that I'm just watching Bailey just head up to the tower. One of your million employees that you have here, Brett. Here comes Jim, who's not an employee, and he just walks around a lot.
He gets paid to not do anything, I think. He's just been walking around and driving around all
It
week.
looks like he should be in a Bill Murray movie, is my thought with that. But how do you possibly word people up to know how they're going to work at this place, Brett? Because it's insane. There'd be people here doing 20-hour days.
Yeah. Lottie kind of described it best a few years ago when he said it's just a big weekly show. Mm-hmm. For Boone Speedway, most of the tractor guys, most of the infield people, most of the people in the tower, these are all Boone Speedway weekly employees. So they've been here long enough, most of them, to know what they're in for when the races start here for Super Nationals. And everybody knows their job. That's very helpful. Everybody here knows what they're doing. Communication between employees. It's just.
We know what we're doing.
Except these two employees.
Most people know what they're doing. I should rephrase that.
It would be great to get a picture, and it will never happen because everyone's always doing something. But Brett, I wish we could get a drone shot of your entire team, from the people on the back gate there, the people that run the concession, the IMCA TV team. I wish everyone could get in the main stretch just for one picture of everyone to show what it takes.
Yeah, that would be nice, but it's just impossible to do.
That's right.
Who's gonna park cars? Who's gonna be at the gates? There's just so many people.
Home? We should have an employee Christmas party
tonight.
Just for Boone Speedway.
Boone Speedway has an employee party every spring. I went this year for the first time ever. I'd never been to that.
I showed up late. I had to work the hockey game.
And again, that's their employees are very tight knit, and our employees at IMCA are very tight knit, and we all know what we're doing, and we just make it work. It's organized chaos, is what I tell people. And once it starts, people always ask me, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Hell no, I'm not ready."
Yes.
It's going to start whether or not you're ready or not. And if I'm not ready, I fake that I am.
You fake it, Brett?
I think a lot of people say, "Well, we try, pretend."
You fake it.
Never let them see you sweat.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
Anyhow, what else are we talking about?
I'm just still trying to get over it. You fake it.
You guys do a fantastic job. There's a lot of people that really enjoy the announcing. There's a lot of people that enjoy Wade being here. I think
there are more people who enjoy Wade being here.
A great team calling races, and God only knows what Wade is going to say next. So
I don't think God knows. I'm pretty sure he's trying really hard not to listen.
It's very entertaining, and it works really well with what I think we want the Super Nationals to kind of be.
Brett, I was talking to Sean Neisted, and blowing smoke because these guys are here. This is the best announcing duo in the country. The way they work off each other, and the balance between his complete lunacy and him just constantly shaking his head and saying Jerry.
Yes.
But the statistical information, even though at times
I
didn't think it was lacking between them, and then when you throw in the IMCA TV team, you have the best TV production team in racing.
They're pretty good.
There's the biggies, you know, there's the DVs and the flows, but I got to say, this team here, flying a drone through a race car.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And that no one goes, oh, don't do that.
We're going to try it again, I think.
Hell yeah, let's throw a drone through a race car.
They had so much fun doing that, they wanted to try it again, I think. So
I love the way Van Eaton just kept tossing that thing back onto the...
Put it up on the dash.
Yeah, I was up in the tower. I'm like, where'd the drone go? Anybody see it? And then all of a sudden, Van Eaton throws it out the race car, and it takes off in the air again. So
Top 24 only, right? Nobody moves from 25th to 26th. If they're not here, they're not here. Okay.
You can just repeat that if you like. What are you talking about?
Last chance qualifiers. Okay. Top 24 in points and ties are eligible to compete in the last chance qualifier. If somebody doesn't show up, we don't move people up. Like if 6 people don't show up, we're not going to go down and fill 224.
Right.
It's those 24. Of those 24, they can show up and race or not.
Yep, we're getting ready to start racing. In fact, they're probably calling hot laps to staging.
About a minute.
Ooh, that's about perfect timing.
We got about a minute left to talk. Anything else special you want to say, guys?
I kind of want to jump on what you said about the team here. I said everybody here, not only do we know our jobs, everybody who works here and has a role here, we all love what we do.
Yeah.
And I said that's what makes this week go smoothly. I mean, a passion for what we do, and that's the secret to it.
I want people to be kind to your team, Brett. That's what I want most.
Generally speaking, that is the case. People come here to have fun. You don't come to this race cranky and
Paul does.
stay crazy.
Paul does.
You shouldn't. If you come up here, if you come to this race upset, you're gonna leave upset. You know, we want people to come here, have a good time. They may leave upset. You know, we try to control all the things we can control. We can't control the weather, but we've got great weather this week. We can't control what happens on the racetrack. That's up to the racers. But all the logistics of everything, you're getting people parked, getting everything organized, the formats, all the moving parts of this race, I think are very fine-tuned, and I think it shows.
Yeah.
It's extremely organized. It's a little chaotic, but it's still extremely organized. And I say people in drivers, well, I say at the drivers meeting, you know, hey, when I talk at the drivers meeting, we want to let the racers dictate what happens on the racetrack, and the fastest car wins, and the best racer on that given night. And I think so far we've seen that play out. You give the racers the right setting. We got an awesome racetrack. We spent a lot of money getting that racetrack a little better than it was last year. And look at the quality of the racing. And tonight it's just going to get amped up because you're going to have the 2 biggest and best divisions we have, and that's a fact. I don't mean that bad. The 2 most popular divisions we have in IMCA are going to be on that racetrack tonight, and they're going to put on some of the best racing you will see in dirt track racing.
And much love to the tech crew. I don't know how those people do that, mate.
Yeah, I don't
because
either.
they are the Darth Vaders of the sport, aren't they? Right? No one's ever. They're going to come out with their lightsaber and ruin your weekend, but it was you that ruined it before they got to it. They just found it.
Yep. Well, let's wrap it up.
Time to go.
It's time to go racing. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go.
Till tomorrow.
Yeah. Till tomorrow? Oh, you're going to come back tomorrow?
No, probably not.
All right.
He's had his fill.
Welcome. It's Wednesday.
She can sit by you and I'll slide down tomorrow.
She can sit here.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
In 1911, the Lincoln Highway was completed. It ran from the east to the west coast and gave America the way to travel with the newly found automobile. 2 years later, IMCA was created and racing exploded. Who would have thought 111 years later, when the Lincoln Highway was established and came right through Boone, Iowa, that hundreds of thousands of racers over the years and hundreds of thousands of race fans would use the Lincoln Highway today to make their way to the Boone Speedway. It's been a great travel so far. We had the Prelude Sunday night. We crowned our first champion with Riley Clem in the IMCA Stars Racing Mod Lights. Monday night, lives right on Highway 30, traveled the full distance on it. Dylan Thornton picked up his first career late model Super Nationals title. And Tuesday night, it was Sport Compact time, and another driver that's familiar with the journey to Boone. And on Tuesday night, it was Brad Chandler from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, traveling across the 4 lanes of Highway 30 to find his way into victory lane and as a Super Nationals champion. Now that is gone, it is Wednesday. It is a new cast of characters. The Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds. This IMCA Sunoco stock cars have come. It is 2 classes, hobby stocks and sport mods. Their last chance to dance. You got to get in tonight for those 2 divisions. and it is now the back half of Super Nationals. It's time to get ready. It's time to go. We're live here on IMCA TV from the 42nd running of the Speedway Motors IMCA Super Nationals, fueled by Casey's. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday, day number 3, and it is time for Stock Cars and Modifieds, last chance for sport mods and hobby stocks, and we are just about set, Ryan Clark.
And it is a record-breaking Wednesday here at Super Nationals. 264 stock cars is a new record. 1,030 signed in to compete this year. Another record broken. Total car count, all-time high. 1,030 cars signed in for Super Nationals.
Well, with that, we're about ready to get started, and we're going to set it down with Wade in victory lane for our opening ceremonies.
You like my hat? You like my hat? Boone shakalaka. Good afternoon, everybody. Are you guys ready for a wild Wednesday? Good to have your company. How lucky are we, just before I introduce Paul and also Dave to do Invocation, I want you to stop for a second and have a look at the person next to you, either side of you if that's the case, and just say, you know what, mate, I really appreciate you, because we are so lucky to be here doing. In fact, put your arm around the person next to you. Let's get a little bit huggy. Come on, love up. COVID's gone. We can all wrap our legs around each other if you like. I don't mind, but just hug up and love up and say, how lucky are we? Because I want you to remember that. Whew, going to be an amazing day. Over 1,000 cars, all that good stuff. Stock cars are rock stars. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be standing if you are able? Gentlemen, please, and ladies, remove your headgear. The wonderful Mr. Dave Brooklander is going to do our invocation. I'm a huge fan of this man. We met, like so many of my friends here, in 2021. Dave, I appreciate you, my friend.
Appreciate you.
Please lead us in prayer.
I will. Oh, Father God, once again, I must give you, first and foremost, all the praise, glory, and honor that you so richly deserve. Father, yet again, you've blessed us with a glorious, glorious afternoon for racing, and we just thank you. We truly appreciate that. Now, Father, as always, we thank you for your love, grace, and mercy. We ask your blessings on today's races. We ask once again that you would bless us, as you always do, with good, hard, fast, clean racing. Once again, we ask for a hedge of protection around the Speedway, protecting all of our drivers, the men and women that work on their cars, our great fans, and our dedicated employees. Father, we love you. Not our will, but your will be done. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen.
Amen to you too, Dave. Really cool tonight. We have another Aussie in the field racing tonight, Dave Donegan. He's known as the Sprint Pig. He's from Victoria. I know him really well. He's a tremendous guy, and he's making his debut at Super National, so I want to wish him all the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman to my left.
Ray, because you're here and he's here, we'd like you to stand for the Australian anthem.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate it.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing. Advance Australia fair. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oh, that's so cool. That's my great friend Adam Brand singing the national anthem, and David Donegan. I hope we get to catch up with him later. This gentleman is Paul Smith. He is an amazing singer out of Des Moines. Paul, would you please lead us first through the Canadian national anthem and then the American?
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With flowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful job, Paul. Please put your hands together for Paul Smith. I love it. A quick game's a good game. That's what I told my wife on our wedding night. She wasn't a fan, but we went ahead anyway.
I didn't even know she showed up for the game.
Later. There's a lot of confusion and anger and tears.
The game was probably over by the time she got there.
Were you low on fuel? Was it my kind of game?
What a beautiful day, Boone. Put your hands together. Are you guys ready? Let's get it done.
Here we go. First of 30 IMCA stock car heat races, and drawing the number 1 point tonight, it's going to be Dylan Thornton out of Belle Plaine, Iowa, the 38T, and Chad Shaw, Trimble, Missouri, the 93S.
In row number 2 from Lennox, that's Scott Davis in the 81D, and from Salina, Kansas, Ryan Ayers in the 19.
Going to row number 3, it's going to be the 85R. That is Bryce Curie out of Nashua, Iowa. Zach Vanderbeek from New Sharon, Iowa, the 33Z.
In row number 4, Swamico, Wisconsin's Aaron Stolp, the 19A. From Minot, North Dakota, the 30A is Adam Goff. And from Wyowega, Wisconsin, the 76Y is Caden Young. 30 stock car heats, 30 heats, 8 laps in length. Top 2 will redraw for their starting spots. In the first of 2 qualifying A mains, you win your heat, you'll redraw 1 to 15. Finish second, you'll redraw 16 to 30. Everyone else will revert back to B mains for points only toward last chance races on Saturday. Jerry, right now, Dilly Dilly, the defending Super Nationals champion, draws the pole of the first heat.
Yes. Oh, boy, Scott Davis a little crossed up back there. Adam Stolp came to the party, took a look up under the skirt, didn't like what he saw. He let him get going. Yes, like you said, not only is he defending stock car champion, was the Monday night late model champion, and tonight, well, today he's the draw champion. We'll see how his draw continues.
And he's got a sizable lead already, 1.1 seconds, working lap number 3 this time by. Got one gimp to the top of turn number 4. That is the 33Z of Zach Vanderbeek. We'll see if he can escape to the infield. Right front flat tire on that ride. Working the halfway point this time by, Jerry.
Zach doing the old sportsmanship thing, says, I'm going to get out of the way. I know this ain't anymore for me. I'll see you later tonight. It is Dylan Thornton, your race leader, that 38T off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Dilly followed by Chubby. Adam Goff back there, like we said, top 2. Top 2 finishers going to move their way to the A main here this evening. This time by we'll have 5 down and 3 to go.
Looks like we have 7 cars left on the Speedway. Bryce Carey also taking his 85R to the pit area. B mains will be run for points only. Every time these drivers are on the track this week during qualifying, they will be earning points, which will determine their starting lineups for last chance races on Saturday should they not qualify by then. Right now, Dylan Thornton has a qualifying run on his mind as his lead now over 2.2 seconds with, well, a lap and a half to go.
See Dylan Thornton there. He's got a white fender on the left side and a black fender on the right front. That's not by design. He got tore up the other night in the Prelude. They were working on the fender. They left it on the ground. The guys thought it was trash. Billy says, hey, does anybody know where the trash things are? He goes, in the trash people's defense, it was pretty junk.
You know, if I was Dylan Thornton, I'd have got tore up on Monday night, too, after I won the late model feature in the Fast. I bet he did. What an impressive run as he'll take the first heat race win here tonight. Chad Shaw, will join him in the redraw for A main 1 of 2.
So hello and thank you to our friends from My Race Pass. We are live giving you some free look-ins here this afternoon. Not sure how many we're giving you, but take them while they're free and buy them when they're not, is what I always say. Kyle Robinson, Pilot Point, Texas, the 02, and Derek Agee from Huntsville, Missouri, the 14.
Row 2 to the inside from Jordan, Minnesota, the 30X is David Moriarty. And to his outside, the 6J from Brush, Colorado, DJ Banks.
Going to row number 3, it's a 33 VH of Dusty Van Horn from Atlantic, Iowa, and the C5 of Chris Pauldrock from Esterville, Iowa.
Final 3 starters from Greenleaf, Wisconsin, Dean Maurer in the 65M. From Phoenix, Arizona, the 15 is Speedy Madrid. And your 9th and final starter, the very first driver to pre-register for this year's Super Nationals. It's old Wahoo, Jerry, from Audubon. The 3 is Mike Albertson. Got a smoker out there. Is that Caden Young?
That was, yeah, it was. That's not the way you want to do that.
No. First five stock car heat races. We've got 10 stock car heats in this session, so if you're joining us on Facebook Live, the My Race Pass Live look-in, thank you for joining us. First 5 of them are going to be at your disposal. For your perusal, for your enjoyment.
If I do.
Caution light blinking out. Heat race number 2 of 30. 2 of 10 this session. Green light coming out this time off of 4.
Rob Fowler checked in. He's watching. Right there. He's got to work today, didn't he?
Yeah, he had to work today.
Yeah. That's not a...
He must not be working very hard.
Well, Charlie's working hard. He's not. Working on down into turn number 1 and 2 there. 3 and 4, though, is Derek Agee. He's the one that's working pretty quick right now as he's got her up front. Look out deeper in the field. We'll cross on up.
14 is your race leader, Agee out of Missouri. They'll lead him down the back straightaway. The 02 Kyle Robinson, the Texan, runs in that 2 spot. 1 out looking in, Moriarty from Minnesota. Going to work the top side. Top 3 nose to tail off of turn number 4. Here comes Van Horn in 4th.
On down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be that 14 to Derek Agee, followed by that 2, the 02 of Kyle Robinson out of Tejas. Working right there is the number 30 car. That is David Moriarty. 1 spot out looking in, the Jordan, Minnesota racer. Field hustle off of 2 and down the back straightaway. This time they'll come past the stripe, click off 4 down and 4 to go.
Halfway home here in heat race number 2. Man, Agee looking pretty stout out there in that 14 car. Robinson's got company. Here comes Moriarty. Here comes Van Horn. The 30 and the 33 going to apply some pressure. Moriarty going to slide up in front of Robinson. Robinson crosses him over. They'll drag race down the back straightaway. Dusty Van Horn coming along for the ride as well. Here comes Wahoo off of 4.
Mike Albertson looking to drive his way out of a bad draw. He keeps looking up at the visor to see what Mama Wahoo printed him for a message. And it's just drive that you-know-what thing. On down the back straightaway, it's going to be Derek Agee. Working on up front, Wahoo to the bottom, green high, 2 to go. Albertson to the number 4 spot now. Albertson with a 9-4 run.
Looking to race his way into the A or improve his starting position in a B main a little bit later on. Right now, that 30 car, David Moriarty, has that second final qualifying spot in hand. Van Horn still pesters him behind. Man, Wahoo is pedaling hard down there in turns 3 and 4. I'm not sure you can pedal hard enough. We've just got one lap to go.
You never know. Wahoo wants to do a little, he doesn't want to work real hard this week. He says he wants to get in today like everybody else does. And we're only going to get 8 of them in as we work off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be Derek A.G. followed by David Moriarty. Heat race number 3 coming to the racetrack. It's going to be from Boyd, Texas, the 137 of Jeffrey Abbey and James Pittman from Grand Island, Nebraska in the +1.
In the second row from Fremont, Nebraska, Mike Lineberry is in the 72. And from Norfolk, Nebraska, TJ Milkey in the 77.
It'll be Daniel Ekblad out of St. Peter, Minnesota, the 18X, and Austin Van Hoff out of Chowchilla, California, the 44.
The final 3 starters from Newton, the 57 VG is Rowdy Van Genderen. From Martel, Dustin Viss in the 20V. And from Madrid, your 9th and final starter, the 11R, is Braden Richards.
I think this guy should go home. He's already won. What's this? What do you got going on here? Put yourself together, would you? Dilly, how you feeling, mate? Get some sleep?
Oh yeah, not too bad. Just a beautiful day in Boone.
How many packs of gum have you worked your way through this week already?
Well, we came here with 1 big pack, and we're about a quarter of the way through it.
Had a feeling you'd say that. Which Boone spoon did you pull out, Dilly?
Oh, I wish it was a spoon. These chips here aren't very good. We got a 13.
Good, that's bad luck. Means you'll have to work your butt off for a change. Good job. Come over here to the dirt defender situation. Drop the coin right into the slot. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, for the first time this week, you're a loser. Get after it, Dilly. I know you'll get the job done. Back upstairs.
All right, here we go off at turn number 4. Green flag going to unfurl. Heat race number 3 is Jeffrey Abbey. He'll lead him down into turns 1 and 2. Drift up to the top side of the Speedway. Leaves his 72 of Lineberry to work the low side of the +1 of Pittman. That's your race for second down the back straightaway.
They'll hurry on in there. It is going to be Jeffrey. Oh, the +1 goes +none. Well, he goes minus a lot.
Yeah.
Down over top of turn number 4. Abbey there, your leader, the 72 of Mike Lineberry out of Fremont, Nebraska, has now got, ooh, look at that. It's the cool gentleman, Dusty Viss on the move.
He is working the top side now, down the front straightaway, trying to draw even with Lineberry in a battle for that second and final qualifying spot. Abbey's got the lead. Van Genderen goes top shelf off at turn number 2. Braden Richards now into the top 5 after starting scratch to the field in that 9th and final position. Lap number 3 completed this time by. Here comes Viss. He's got to run to the outside of Lineberry. He'll take second at the line.
They'll work him down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Abbey, but look at this. Here comes Dustin Viss. Viss on the outside, going to go to the number 2 spot. And that's going to lock him on in right now for a qualifier later tonight if he can hang on to it. Viss and Lineberry working feverishly down along the bottom. The 72 of Lineberry now back to the number 3 spot, but it's all Jeffrey Abbey. Your leader, the Boyd, Texas racer, working on in. Off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Abbey followed by the 20V of Viss, the 721 of that Mike Lineberry machine that it is going to be. Top 3 right there staying the same. Green high, 2 to go.
They'll head down the back straightaway. Still Abbey out in front. Viss closing the gap now in that 20V. Lineberry on the low side of the Speedway. Richards into that 4th position. Gaining some ground, trying to earn those points with a farther up finish. White flag is out, Jerry. Just 1 to go. Here comes Viss to the low side of Abbey off at 2.
Down the back straightaway, going to be Viss looking. Dustin Viss, an 8-2 run. Can he go 8-1? Oh, mama, hang on. Here comes Richard with a ton of right side romance. Mike Lineberry says, I didn't really care for that too much. Jeffrey Abbey, and Dustin Viss, 1 and 2.
I forgot to mention, with opening ceremonies going on, if you're looking for lineup sheets, they are at the trailers, the IMCA souvenir trailers in both pits and grandstands, so you can stop on down and get your paper copy of the lineup sheets to follow along.
Here we go. Heat race number 4 going to be Daniel West, Bakersfield, California, 27. 7C, Spencer, Iowa's Andrew Kloss.
In the second row from Belle Plaine, Minnesota, Ken Teets is the 110, and to his outside, the 42 from Edmond, Oklahoma, Todd Decker.
Going to row number 3 to the inside, it's Jim Guston from Marshalltown in the 19AH, and it will be Troy Swearingen from Thompson in the 73.
Final 3 starters from Coal Valley, Illinois, the 19 SR is Tim Stupka, the 3C from Pueblo West, Colorado, Charlie Cook, and your 9th and final starter from Nashua, Blake Cole in the 7.
And I have Derek Agee here with me. Good job, mate. Check my hat out, Steve-O. Says it all, really. Which Boone's Boone did you pull out, Derek? Boy, you were fast, by the way.
Yeah, this thing is good. Brand new race car. It's got 4th night on it, or 4th day on it, whatever, and we pulled the 2.
All right, you'll have that. Good luck over here with the Dirt Defender token. Boy, fellas, what a magnificent day to be alive. God, I love this. Hello, Boone.
Oh, it is a gorgeous hump day.
Fresh off the heels of Horny Tuesday.
Exactly. Down the front straightaway, it's going to be that 7C of Andrew Kloss going to work onto the race lead. Not for long, though. Here comes a 27 of Daniel West. West back to the inside, but oh, mama. Look at that. Good to see old Ken Teets back.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen, we chat quite a bit, but haven't seen, he kind of got reunited, and it feels so good in that 110 car. But look at Jim Guston on the bottom.
Off of turn number 2, Guston going to put that 19 AH up into the number 2 spot there. 3 wide behind him for a pole position start and a B main later. Guston going to slide to the inside of Claus now. Don't think they touched it all, man. That is a good race for the lead right now. Guston takes it over that time by.
Oh boy, I wonder what other words he could use in victory lane this year with Wade. Down the back straightaway, Jim Guston. Well, this is Jim, though. That was Jimmy that had that one viral video. Off at turn number 4, going to be Jim Guston, your race leader. Jim drives the stock car, Jimmy in the modified later tonight. They'll work on down into turn number 1 and 2. Todd Decker coming. Watch that Edmond, Oklahoma racer. My goodness. Down the
Maybe
back
there's going to
straightaway.
be a little contact there. Decker and Claus. Right front of Decker, the left rear Claus getting intimate out there in turns 3 and 4. Claus going to hold him at least momentarily. 4 laps down and 4 to go. Guston extends his advantage to about 9/10 of a second. Now Decker going to make a run to the inside of Claus. He'll draw even down the back straightaway. Claus by half a car length as they work down into 3.
Decker downstairs, Claus, they come together. Decker got him. Claus says, well, guess what? You turned right, I'm turning left. Let's see what we can do with these two as they hurry off at turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. It'll be that 7C of Andrew Kloss, then these 42 of Decker. Side by side as Guston leads the field with the green high and 2 to go.
Decker going to clear Claus that time at the line as the green flag is up high. Claus going to chase him around the middle of turns 1 and 2, but Decker will pull away down the back straightaway. Again, that is a qualifying spot for the first of 2 stock car A-main qualifiers tonight. Decker currently in. Claus going to be currently on the pole of a B-main for points only. But old Jimmy Guston, he's racing for a qualifying starting spot at the front half of that first A-main. He's out front with 1 to go.
Down the back straightaway, it's going to be Jim Guston, your leader. Off at turn number 4, white flags gone, checkers. It's Guston with the win at the line. Gonna be Andrew Kloss muscling his way on into the number 2 spot.
What's up next? Heat 5?
Next is going to be Heat 5, and it looks like because of the viewership, it's going to be the last free one from my race pass. Going to be Kyle Rose right there from Cambridge, Iowa, the 123, and then it will be the 7D Dakota Sellers from Vinton.
Row number 2 from Selden, Kansas, the 37 is Jason Rogers. And from Two Rivers, Wisconsin, the 22L is Nathan Lauscher.
We'll see Andrea McCain from South Haven, Minnesota, the 25A. And from Laurelville, Iowa, the 18 is Tyler Nelson.
The final 3 starters from Chelsea. There is past champion of this event, the 99D, that is Damon Murdy. To his outside from Polk City, the 8M Austin Miners. And rounding out your 9-car starting field from Trenton, Missouri, Bo Eads in the 95.
Boy, it's just a great day, Jeff Abbey. We're at Super Nationals. Ain't a cloud in the sky. We got stock cars and rock stars. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it slicked off a lot more there than I thought it was, but we were able to get a good draw and hang on to it for the heat win.
All right, which Boone spoon did you pull out?
Number 7.
All right, you can live with that. Good luck, brother. Go and do your Dirt Defender draw over here. Back upstairs to the Pelicans.
All right. Down to turns 1 and 2, the 7D. Dakota Sellers going to lead him off at turn number 2. Here comes a 1, 2, 3 rows down to the inside, paired up 2 wise. 2 rows deep down into 3 and 4.
It'll be Sellers right there, then Rose following there. Watch the old Chelsea Charger deep in the field. They hurry on down into turn number 1 and 2. Austin Minor back there in the 5 spot. Murdy there. They are going to get Wango Tango racked and stacked. It will be Jason Rogers right there to the number 2 spot. Rose gets in there tough, has to check up. He'll go around, but it's still Sellers and Rogers, your 1-2 runners.
Hopefully Rose can keep her moving. He does. We should be able to stay green if he stays out of harm's way. Sellers and Rogers 1 and 2 third. Now Minor's racing his way from a 8th place starting spot. Rogers with a run to the inside now of Sellers. He'll draw it within a car length down into turns 1 and 2. Rogers with a run. Minor's trying to close in. Then the 95 of Eaton takes you back through 4 with 5 laps to go.
On board there momentarily with Damon Murdy. Back there is a battle for second shaping up again. Dakota Seller, well, this battle for first, excuse me, it will be Rogers. Right there, Jason Rogers out of Selden, Kansas to the number 1 spot. Sellers, now here comes Miners. Austin Minor going to work down there to the bottom of the racetrack as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. Right behind him is Bo Eads. On top of each other, down the front straightaway.
Rogers out in front, Sellers, Miners nose to tail. It is close, tight-knit action out there here in Stock Car Heat Race number 5. Oh, we got one around down in turn number 2. That is the 22 of Losher. He'll lose precious ground to the field as Miners has a run now to the inside of Sellers. That's the 2nd spot as the green goes high, 2 to go.
Looking for a little team elite action. Working her down there on the bottom side. Minor with some dig, gonna get him on around, gonna put Seller back there to the number 3 spot by about a bumper. We'll watch him off at turn number 4. The white flag will be in the air, 1 lap to go. It will be Jason Rogers, Dakota Seller by the narrowest of margins.
And Sellers trying to hold Miners at bay, but Miners good run down on the low side. Sellers going to slide out from under him down the back straightaway. Miners sneaks ahead now. Sellers going to cross him over, try to get that groove back on the low side, coming to the checkers. Not going to work though. Rogers races to the victory, and Austin Miners join him in the A main.
There you have it. Top 2 finishers there. All right, for those of you tuned in, like Shannon Parks on a My Race Pass live look-in, you've got plenty and plenty of time to head on out right now and get the subscription for today and the rest of the week purchased and get great shots like this from the AFCO in-car cam from Damon Murdy. So for those of you watching at home on the free look-in, we got to go.
Heat race number 6 next to the Speedway. On the front row of that one, we will